Looks good, Aaron. I can see the agenda just fine.
Thanks.
Good evening and welcome to the Allegheny Clarion Valley School Board Workshop meeting for October 13th, 2025. The AC Valley workshops are conducted virtually, and the link to access the workshop is always posted to the acvsd.org website. We will continue to use the PSBA Board Docs program. As you can see, the agenda format has changed, but the business will continue as normal. During the workshops, I will provide school board members with information to help to clarify agenda items. And please remember that the workshops are open for discussion, so jump in at any time. And at this time, Madam Secretary, can you please conduct the roll call?
Clifford Adams,
Here.
Patty Anderson,
Here.
Carrie Almagos, John Burke,
Here.
Brady Fight,
Here.
Diane Page,
Here.
Jeff Powell,
Here.
Eric Sunling,
Here.
and Kelly Twilliger.
Here.
Thank you.
At this time, we do not have anybody signed up for public participation at either the workshop or the voting meeting. And at the voting meeting, we will have Maddie Myers again join us as the student representative. In addition, we'll have Senorita Paz. She'll be down to discuss a Spanish trip in March of 2027. And then also we'll have Julie Raybuck, our senior class advisor, and senior class officers presenting a potential senior trip to you. They are voting on that, and we'll have a location ready for you on Monday, the 20th. At this time, I'll pause and open it up to see if there are any board concerns. Hearing none, we'll move into the conference and field trip request. We do have a number of them in front of you this evening. Just keep in mind that we still have a budget stalemate. It's been over 100 days in Harrisburg, and we've been really careful as far as what we're purchasing. So as you can see, we do have several requests in front of you this evening, and there's just a whole lot of good professional development and student activities that are in our area and available. And I feel like we should continue to support the staff members and the students moving forward. So that's the reason why I have all these field trips and conferences in front of me. Starting off, Dr. Jordan put in a request to go to a PBIS conference, and that PBIS stands for Positive Behavior Intervention Systems. And they'll be working with a faculty that will continue to improve student outcomes and enhance the effective programming. In addition, we have the wildly popular bocce program starting up for a second season, and Mrs. Bashline would like to attend a day of training and collaboration at Gannon University. We also have Mrs. Forsyth, our high school art teacher. She submitted a request to take a group of 9 students over to Slippery Rock University. They'll be visiting the university and touring their art exhibits, and some of the artworks actually created by our art club president here at AC Valley, and they'll spend the day learning about the art program in Slippery Rock as well. We also have Mr. Krautbauer. He's helping out with the gifted program, and they're going to tour the Matrix Group, and it's a local company specializing in electronics, and they use that during a manufacturing program. Wes has also taken a group of our gifted students to the intermediate unit number 6, and that's a STEM education day. And they're going to be focused on the diverse working occupations that are global. In addition, you'll see our high school math teachers. They submitted a conference request to attend some training. You'll see several of these requests in there. We're really trying to do our best to prepare our students for the PSSAs and Keystone exams. And at this workshop, they'll be reviewing test resources, PDE, SAS, information, and then also have a better understanding of how to prepare students for open-ended math problems. And that's an area where we'll continue to develop the students' skill set, tying literacy into mathematics. Next, you'll see Mr. Krautbauer put in for another gifted trip. These are STEM activities at Innovation Playground, and it's Remake Learning Days at the intermediate unit. And several of these activities align with the students' gifted IEPs as well. Next up, you'll see Making Math Stick with several of our teachers at the elementary school, diving into the cognitive science behind how people learn and retain math skills. Next up, you'll see Michelle Austin. She's our PIMS coordinator, and this is an annual training out into Hershey, and she'll learn how to optimize and qualify our data for on-time submission and reports, improve reporting experiences, and be updated on any kind of changes and guidelines associated with that. You'll see that Mr. Green and Mrs. Lowry submitted a request to attend the Clarion County Junior High Band Festival and Clarion County Senior High Choral Festival, and they'll be taking our students up there for the day. And then Ms. Best, she submitted a PBOS workshop, and that stands for Pennsylvania Value Added Assessment Systems, and that's a information that was presented to you last month, and it really focuses in on the students' growth, and we're able to identify various areas of successes and areas where we need to continue to improve our instruction. Next up, you'll see that we'll be sending a group of students down to Pittsburgh for the PA Builders Guild. We've done this in the past. There will be over 30 construction union locals offering hands-on demonstrations and apprentices activities for our students. You'll see that we'll be taking a group of 90 students to Penn West Clarion. This is a post-secondary options fair that we'll be exposing our students to. And then also we have a group of elementary teachers. They submitted to attend the PSSA Keystone Math Open-Ended Task Bootcamp, and they will be reviewing PSSA math grades 3 through 8 and some of the Keystone information as well. Next up, you'll see Mrs. McKinley. She is our high school family consumer science teacher. She's wanting to attend Penn Stater Hotel and Conference Center, and this will highlight how to integrate career-related and academic partnerships in K through 12 schools and higher education institutes. Stacy Redding, she attended already. It was on the 10th, which was this past Friday, the Pittsburgh Food Service Director annual meeting. And next up, you'll see UFLY. That's the University of Florida Literacy Institute. And you'll see the number of elementary teachers. And this training doesn't come into our area very often. That's the closest that we can find. And the teachers actually created a PowerPoint to share the information with me so that I'd continue to support this. And we feel it will definitely benefit our students. So Mrs. Sherman and myself discussed it, and we have it in front of you for approval this evening. And then also you'll see Mr. Krautbauer and Mr. Ripper put in to take a group of students into a STEM workshop down in Pittsburgh as well. Then Mrs. Logue, she put in, she'll be working with Mr. Graff to take a group of our students to the Newcastle School of Trades. That's an annual tour, and really good to facilitate secondary options for students that are tied into college and career readiness. Next up, you'll see Mrs. Cole, Special Ed Director. She put in to attend a Patan training on hearing and visual needs to help to continue to support our students in all aspects of their learning. Then Mrs. Logue will be taking a group of 43 ninth grade students to the Clarion County Career Center in the near future as they start to plan for their sophomore, junior, senior year. That's an annual trip that we send up there, and Mrs. Logue's been spearheading it for quite some time now. And then finishing up, we have TDA, that's text-dependent analysis training, and you'll see a group of our elementary students put that in, and we'll continue to improve their instructional strategies. I know we had a number of conferences in front of you this evening, and I'll pause before we move on. Are there any questions or comments or concerns with anything we presented this evening? Okay. Thank you. Aaron, you can take us back up to the top and we'll move right into the consent agenda. You'll see underneath our substitute list, we do have Linda Miller coming back to sub. Linda was our high school English teacher and retired, and wanting to come back and support the district, and we're always looking for good subs. We also have a request from PTO to sell t-shirts at Open House as a fundraiser, and we really enjoy partnering with that group of community members and parents. We also have a volunteer, Zach Lutz. He submitted a letter to help out with the junior high basketball program. And then Mrs. Paz, she submitted a request to hold a parent meeting to see how many kids would be interested in a Spain trip in the spring of 2027. Last year, we didn't have enough students to take the trip that we had presented to you. So one option that we're trying is to open up to the entire school body and not just the kids who are taking Spanish. So we're hoping to attract more kids that would like to go on that trip. And then Mrs. Emily Shoemaker spearheading a blood drive as a fundraising event up at the high school, and she'll be working with some of our student organizations as well. Next up, I'm working with Mr. Raybuck and Mr. Heil as far as getting rid of some old technology equipment. Just keep in mind that every so often we do purge unused and old technology, and there's no cost to the district, and there's also no cost or no revenue coming back into the district either. It's just they take the old equipment and dispose of it. Before we get into finance and purchase, I'll pause, see if there's any questions. Okay, finance and purchase under letter A, we'll have our discussion. We'll pay our bills at the voting meeting. Formally, we'll get a cafeteria report, and then we'll move right into the bulk of the contents within here. And there are several items tied into the bond and renovations that we have going on. First off was a change order to the ADA parking. And if you haven't seen it, that project turned out wonderful. And there was just a section in the architectural design that had river rock in the middle of that. And we made the recommendation to change that and make the entire area concrete. And it was a really good move, and it'll keep from having trip hazards and easier for James and his crew to clean as we experience snow this winter. And that change order was $4,817.50. And that's part of the ADA parking and the sidewalk renovations that we have. We still have more sidewalk to do. So right now, with both of those line items, we're still under budget and actually got a lot of work to do in the spring of the year. The football field, the gentleman, Jace Howes, he's been out there putting hydro seed on it right now. So we're just about done with this project. The one change order that we needed to put in there was a drain along the base of the hill where the spectators sit. And we went the entire length of that, put a 6-inch pipe in there, filled with gravel, and it was just missed in the architectural drawings. And again, that's still underneath our overall cost that we had. With that project, we budgeted just over 750,000, and the field came in around 160,000, significantly lower than what we had anticipated. So that's still within budget. And then, if you recall, Mrs. Morrison and myself was working with the energy company a couple months ago. We've been watching the cost fluctuate, and with cold weather coming and political unrest that we have, and the war in Ukraine, there's a whole bunch of factors going into the cost of it, but it was time to secure an agreement. So we've been working with the energy contractors, and we have a 3-year agreement in with AEP Energy. It's at a cost of 0.08795 kilowatts per hour. That's slightly above what we have currently from last 3-year agreement, but from what I'm being told, those are really good numbers, and we did get locked in. I did have Attorney Shekel review the contract, and there's a lot of language in there that's we don't read every day, but Zach was perfectly fine with the contract and us signing off on it. Moving on down through, we do have one track change order, and that's in the amount of $27,370. That was an area that was missed at the end of the runways where the vault system's located. The old one was made out of blacktop, and they were failing. It was just missed. So they're going to be poured out of concrete and stabilizing those. And that was a change order that I'd worked with ATT Sports and James with. And that's still underneath our overall budgeted cost for the track as well. We had budgeted 852,265,000, and the cost for the original track order was 660,000. So we have an additional 27,000 added to it. Any questions about those change orders before we move on? Letter F is a annual donation, which we really appreciate it, from the Service Men's Club. They donate $2,000 to our boosters company or programs, and we break it up and split that $2,000 amongst all the boosters. Moving on with the track, we do have a pole vault pit. There's a quote for $22,140 in front of you. And that's just updating some of the equipment tied into the track. And since we haven't been running out there, some of the stuff is beyond its life expectancy, and it's time for an update. So again, since we did come in under budget, been working with the track coaches and the AD on coming up with some of this information. We also have a high jump pit quote of $8,020 in front of you, and then 60 hurdles. And you'll see that below, that's a total cost of $9,315. And that's from Demands, which is a local vendor. And then part of the football field that we didn't budget was a 4-foot high chain link fence that goes around the perimeter of that football field. And we're seeking the ability to go out and get 3 quotes for that. And we're not exactly sure what the cost would be, but it's probably going to be around $40,000. We'll if approved, we'll have a public opening and take the lowest bid that we have and put back in front of you in November. Moving down through the finance and purchase, this is an Act 168 agreement with intermediate unit number 13, and this is turning our process electronically. And if you recall, a number of years ago, we have to send one more layer of background checks to previous employers and any employer that any new employee had worked with kids on before. So the initial cost and setup is $500, and then it's $5 per applicant. And this will help cut down on some of the manpower in the district office. It will expedite this process and ensure compliance. And it's just a system that, I've been working with Sarah and, Tammy before her is sometimes it makes it difficult and it's not a timely manner to get people employed with the district. So that's why we have that in front of you this evening. We've had other schools send us this electronic version, and it's just a couple clicks that the superintendent gets on there and checks off on. And then moving down through, we do have a quote from Red Bank CoStars in front of you. That's for a 2026 Chevy 3500 heavy duty regular cab, 8-foot bed. And this was part of the bond that we had as well. We had budgeted $53,000 in that bond, but this quote came in at $56,662. And just keep in mind that that is to help continue to maintain the parking lots, football field, and everything else. And James is going to be looking for a tractor, and hopefully we'll have that in front of you in November as well. Before we move into personnel, I'll pause to see if there's any questions or comments about finance and purchase. Okay, we just have a couple items under personnel. First being a resignation of Zachary Lutz. And the second will be advertising to fill that elementary girls basketball position. We do appreciate Zach for helping out whenever he did, and we'll do our best to replace him. Then also, we do have a advertisement for a maintenance technician. We'd like to advertise that internally to see if we have any of our custodial staff who would be interested in that position. James feels like it could be a really good transition, and if we move somebody in there, then we could use that person to help train the new custodian to come in as well. If we don't find anybody internally, we will be posting that externally. And then we've been advertising for junior high volleyball assistant coach, and we do have a letter from Melissa Babcock in front of you. She is our varsity coach, and she's going to be helping out with a salary of $733. And then we have a couple job description changes in front of you. And the first is the superintendent secretary and accounts payable. And I just simply removed the support for the Western Secure Treatment Unit. And that goes on to the district-wide secretary. And if you recall, we kept that position full-time to help support the program up there. She used to do the billing, but the billing went away since we have a grant now to fund the program. So we were able to just shift some work around. And then also we have the elementary secretary job description and the high school secretary job description in front of you. And this is just making some modifications to take care of some of the work from the transportation director and, support Courtney as she makes a transition into the transportation director and assistant business manager. And they'll be processing daily transportation notes in the front office. If there's any kind of notes and changes in transportation, then they could take those calls and share it with the transportation director or principals. any kind of updates to the school focus program and bus changes that'll be taken care of by the secretaries. And then also that the secretaries will be sure to notify the principal and transportation director if there's any kind of emergency or discipline associated with students on the bus, because Courtney doesn't have her administrative certification and she can't discipline the kids or do any kind of investigation. That still remains with the principals. Moving on down through the agenda, we're on letter H. We do have a contract in front of you for the assistant business manager and transportation director, and that's for Courtney's position. She has reviewed it. We've had Attorney Kuhar's office work on it, and it's a one-year contract. And it is according to school code that we have a contract for the business manager in front of you, and it's just taken a little bit of time since we moved Courtney into that position July 1st. And then with the AmeriCorps program, we are making a recommendation to add one of our high school students onto that list, Carter McGarvey. He'll be down here helping tutor students at the elementary school. We do have this money coming out of our title program, so there's no cost directly related to the district. It's just that grant money to help offset those costs. And then he also saves some money for college. And then finally, we have a recommendation to hire Cheryl Griffin. She will be our new Western Secure Treatment Unit math teacher. Cheryl came in, did a really good job in the interview. She's got lots of experience. She's got over 20 years of teaching with adjudicated youth and a variety of face-to-face and online experience. And we're making a recommendation to bring her in give her the 4 years of experience and bring her in as a bachelor step 4. And as you can see, we have that West 2 motion in front of you as well. Are there any questions or comments about personnel before we move into instructional services? Okay, letter A under instructional services is a musical co-op agreement. That's a agreement that we entered last year with Union. We will be hosting the musical in the newly renovated auditorium. I have been talking to Mrs. Black about the time frame. Our goal is to have that auditorium done by February 20th, and she's looking at hosting that musical in April. And it might be one of our kickoff programs for that. So that's just a ongoing agreement that we have. Last year, we had 6 union students come over and support the program. And the union school board has this contract in front of them as well right now. And then I'm not going through policies because we've already talked about that during the first reading. This is the second reading. We'll formalize it and get them added to the policy section of our school board location, our school board policy, and get those public as well. And then I don't have anything else. Facilities, transportation, miscellaneous. We'll be discussing that during the voting meeting next week. And I'll open it up for one final question and comments before we adjourn for the evening. Okay, hearing none, we'll be done before the senior night for the volleyball program, and we'll be able to get up there and support the girls. And with that being said, we'll see everybody face to face on Monday, October 20th. Have a great evening and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, David.
Take care.